do have to make a decision.
We have the results from your sister's autopsy.
That's not an option.
Sam died because of me. What happened between me and Drew stays between me and Drew. I'm gonna take care of you.
Looks like Danny finally found out about his father slugging Drew. Guess Rocco spilled the beans, because of course he did. Honestly, I wish Michael would take a page out of Lucky's book. Remember that iconic scene where Lucky tore into Liz and Nicholas for their affair? He didn't hold back, he really let them have it. I wish Michael would do the same to Willow and Drew. Come on, Michael, don't just stand there, give them both a piece of your mind. I'd pay to see that. Meanwhile, the Lucky storyline? Please, enough already. Can we just fast forward to him either staying or leaving? His I'm doing good act is getting old. At least Luke, for all his flaws, actually stuck by his family. Lucky's off playing hero somewhere in a distant land, while the son Aiden is stuck with this single mom life. How about addressing the damage he's doing to Aiden's emotional well-being instead of pretending he's some saint? And what's with the whole Cyrus thing? I'm still convinced he's the one who caused Sam's death. He's got to be behind it. Who else would do something so twisted? Then there's Lulu. Remember how Cyrus planted that bomb in the restaurant that put her in a coma? And now he's lurking by her bedside, looking all creepy and ominous. Really? It's like they're recycling the same plot with a new, even more predictable villain. A fake Lulu, Sam's death, and now a repeat of the Dawn of Day nonsense with Cyrus. Come on, writers, a third grader could write a more original storyline. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Can Dante please stop whining about this so-called great love he had with Sam? Newsflash, it was a total lie. Even Danny told Jason that Dante and Sam were never meant to be. The great love of Sam's life, that was Jason. The writers have practically beaten us over the head with the idea that Jason and Sam are soulmates, and Dante was just a mistake. Can we please get Dante to pack up his stuff and get out of Jason's house already? It's Thanksgiving. Let Jason and Danny move in and have a proper family dinner. Enough of this already. We all know Dante will spend Thanksgiving with Lulu, so he won't waste any time jumping right back into her arms, since, you know, he's still in love with her. It would be way too obvious if it turns out to be Cyrus behind Sam's death, right? But honestly, killing off Sam isn't going to magically bring Dante and her back together. I can totally see her going into therapy, maybe riding horses and finding some peace. And hey, her and Cody could actually make a decent couple. As for Drew and Willow, enough with the secrecy. Neva needs to find out she's not the only one Drew's been messing around with. It's time the truth comes out. And just a hunch here, but pretty sure it was Cyrus who killed Sam to make sure Dante could be with Lulu. The autopsy is going to reveal digoxin in her system, which caused the heart attack. And I'll bet Mr. Creepy himself was the one to administer it while she was sleeping. Classic move. Am I the only one wondering why Lulu hasn't gotten up and bolted away from Cyrus yet? I mean, scream or something. It's honestly getting weird. Every time we see her, she's on a ventilator. Yesterday, she suddenly wasn't. Makes zero sense. Cyrus is bad news. Can we all agree that he needs to stay away from Lulu? He's seriously overstepping and breaking every boundary Laura's put up. And Lucky, don't be an idiot. Stay in Port Charles. Your son Aiden, your mom, and your sister Lulu need you. Don't pull another disappearing act. Dear producers of General Hospital, I am beyond upset that you let Kelly Monaco go. She's an incredible actress, and honestly, what you did was just wrong. After all the petitions, the billboard in New York City, did any of that even matter? Clearly not, because you still decided to kill off Sam. And we didn't want that. You've taken the stupidest storyline and somehow made it worse. Why would you kill off Sam, of all characters? She saved Lulu's life. Can you imagine the drama that could have followed with Dante, Sam, and Lulu? But no, let's just throw all that potential away for some pointless twist. Also, why on earth is Nina at Sam's funeral? She didn't even have the decency to care about Sam before, so why show up now? And then, she has the nerve to tell Jason he has some nerve showing up. Excuse me? He has every right to be there. Sam was his ex-wife, and they have a son together. Nina needs to know her place. And don't even get me started on Lulu. There she is, all laid out pretty with no IV or any medical equipment. Gotta love TV magic, right? I did wonder why Drew didn't speak at the funeral, but then I remembered. Most of the flashbacks of Drew were with Billy Miller. There's barely any with Cameron Matheson, so I guess that explains it. Honestly though, I did tear up when Danny spoke about his mom. And I'm glad Jason said something too. He and Sam had decades together. It's only right. This was actually the first full episode I've watched since February, and I couldn't miss it. I'll never forget Sam. She was a symbol of strength, intelligence, warmth, and courage. A character worth looking up to. The speeches about her were full of real-life lessons. It's so rare for a soap character to leave that kind of legacy. I'm also glad Chrissy and Molly made up. I won't lie, I got misty-eyed along with them, and Alexis too. As for Kelly Monaco, I'll miss her like crazy, but I wish her nothing but the best. I admire her for chasing her dream and taking the opportunity to be part of her favorite soap, even if she wasn't always fully appreciated. Kelly, you'll always be loved. Okay, so I'm still furious about how General Hospital handled Kelly Monaco's departure. The way they parted ways with her, creating this whole messy storyline, is just awful. But I can't deny this was one heck of a story. Nancy Lee Grahn was absolutely phenomenal. If she doesn't win an Emmy for this, it'll be an utter robbery. The whole cast brought their A game, no doubt about it. But I'm still pissed that Kelly Monaco was let go. I'm grateful they gave her a respectful and touching funeral after her exit, but the fact is the writers could have done so much more. They could have written a better storyline that truly showcased her talents. It's just so disappointing, and honestly, shame on the writers for not keeping this incredible actress in a more meaningful role. It didn't have to end like this. That being said, I'm still holding out hope. I've heard some rumors about Kelly potentially returning as a twin to Sam. Come on, writers, this could be your chance to redeem yourselves. There are so many exciting ways you could fix this mess and bring Kelly back in a way that makes sense. Don't waste it. Now on to the tribute to Sam. The speeches about her being kind, loving, patient, it was all so touching. But honestly, what made it even more powerful was Jason, of all people, actually speaking in public. It's not something he does often, but he did it for Sam, and he really did her justice. Danny almost didn't speak, but when he realized it was time, he said the most beautiful words about his mom. That was truly a moment. Now, I know this might be a bit far-fetched, but hear me out. What if Sam came to Lulu in a dream and told her she needed to wake up? That she was given a second chance at life, and that Rocco and Dante need her? I mean, it fits with everything everyone was saying about how Sam was all about second chances. It's just a thought, but who knows? It would certainly be an interesting twist, right? First off, huge kudos to Alexis, who was absolutely killing it in this episode. She's been on fire, but I have to say, Spinelli really brought the feels too. But seriously, where was Laura? And why wasn't Diane there? She's supposed to be Alexis's best friend, and yet she was nowhere to be seen. Come on, writers, a little consistency, please. The flashbacks were a bittersweet reminder of how great Sam's character used to be. The writing for her back in the day was top-notch, and honestly, it's a shame they watered her down in recent years. Sam deserved so much better. Sam's goodbye hit me right in the heart. There were so many beautiful memories shared, and even old clips I had completely forgotten about. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Everyone, without a doubt, agreed on one thing. Sam was fierce, strong, stubborn, a protector, loved, loyal, an amazing mom, and in the end, a hero. And that ending, it was Lulu's second chance. Talk about a twist. Watching the family and friends share their memories of Sam was heartbreaking, especially Molly's moment. It's going to be just 3 sets of arms now, but in my heart, I know Sam is still with us, holding us, supporting us, loving us. Spinelli's farewell to Sam was gut-wrenching. Fair Samantha, my dear friend, you will forever be missed. Danny saying Sam's leather jacket will be saved for Scout. Cue the tears. Alexis, thank you for choosing me, my angel. That was a moment. And the final scene, there were no words needed. Just Alexis, Christina, and Molly sitting together on the pew, hugging. It was a moment of pure grief and love, and I just wanted one last moment with all my girls. It's such a shame that the writers ruined Sam's character. She was amazing back in the day when the writing actually matched her potential. The flashbacks were the Sam I'll always remember. The fierce, determined woman who deserved more. She will be deeply missed. Honestly, they should have given Sam's family and friends some time to grieve and process her death before they started messing around with Lulu. Her waking up could have been a perfect Christmas miracle storyline. But instead, we got rushed drama. Another sad episode. Rocco and Danny's goodbyes were gut-wrenching, but nothing, and I mean nothing, can top Nancy Lee Grant's performance. She's been absolutely outstanding these past few weeks. If this doesn't win her a Daytime Emmy, I'll be shocked. Kudos to everyone involved, and best of luck to Kelly Monaco. But really, why is Lulu coming back after being in a coma for so long? That's a question I still need answered. Sam's funeral, and I haven't cried this much for a TV character since Bobby's daughter BG died. Seriously, shame on the GH writers for killing off Kelly Monaco's character. Sam should have remained a core part of the show. This was a huge mistake on their part, and it stings. The whole funeral was so incredibly sad. The eulogies were beautiful, and the memories shared really hit home. But they also reminded me just how badly the writers messed up Sam's character in the later years. She deserved better, plain and simple. On another note, let's talk about Baby Iron or Adela. You all remember that she was born as Christina's daughter, and she died as Christina's daughter, right? Biologically and legally speaking, Christina was her only mother. Molly had every right to grieve her loss, but let's not forget, she wasn't legally or biologically the mother. The whole transfer of parenthood never actually happened. So Molly really didn't have the right to cut Christina out of the decision-making after the baby's death. It was supposed to happen, yes, but it didn't. That's the reality. As for Jason and Danny, I really appreciated their conversation. It was a heart-wrenching moment, especially when Danny helped Jason understand how his actions had hurt Scout. This kid is growing up to be a fantastic actor. Honestly, he reminds me of Jonathan Jackson at that age. And Dante and Christina? That sibling bond was solid and really heartwarming. I'd love to see more of that dynamic. And now, it looks like we're about to see evil Cyrus again. It's pretty obvious that he's responsible for Sam's death. Let's not beat around the bush. He's definitely up to no good with Lulu too. And I have to say, Portia was right all along about him. People really underestimated her when she called it out. Guess they should have listened. There's no way Lulu could have gotten herself out of bed or had enough strength to pick herself up off the floor after being in a coma for 4 years. Come on, writers, at least try to make this look believable. This is straight up ridiculous. As for Cyrus, there's definitely something shady going on. I'm convinced he had something to do with Sam's death. And seriously, why is the doctor even talking to Cyrus about Lulu's condition? Why is he telling the doctor not to say anything to Laura to avoid giving her false hope? No, something fishy is going on here, and I'm pretty sure Cyrus is behind it. At least, that's my theory. Now, about Sam's will. She specifically went to Drew before her surgery to make sure he would be there for Scout, and she asked Jason the same thing about Danny. That will was made when Jason was presumed dead, so there's no way Drew should have custody of Danny. Yes, Sam may have wanted the kids to stay together, but this will was made under completely different circumstances. Period. And then there's Christina. How dare she go to Dante's and go through Sam's things? She didn't even ask him if it was okay. Dante should be the one to go through Sam's belongings when he's ready. It's not Christina's place to decide. Unbelievable. She really thinks she can do whatever she wants, doesn't she? Good luck, Alexis, trying to convince Jason to give up his parental rights to Drew. That's going to be a fun conversation. And of course, there's Cyrus again, probably stirring the pot because he's got a hand in Sam's death. He's definitely up to no good. And seriously, going through the possessions of a deceased person on the day of the funeral? That's just disgusting. People need time to process their grief, not be rushed to clear out things that may hold sentimental value. Christina had no business going there, and Dante wasn't even back yet. It's beyond disrespectful. So let me get this straight. Someone managed to put Digitalis in peanut butter cups. Really? Is this the new level of villainy we've reached? I mean, seriously, that's just next level ridiculous. And can we talk about how hard Cyrus is trying to keep track of Lulu? It's honestly kind of pathetic. Like, does he really think he's got this all under control? Now, the whole Lulu situation. Are we seriously supposed to believe that she wakes up, remembers everything, and is able to move her arms with ease after being in a coma for 3 years? Oh, and no atrophy in her arms or muscles. Next thing you know, she'll be walking out of the room like she just woke up from a nap. I'm sorry, but come on, writers, you can do better than this. Make it at least somewhat believable. And here's a question I'm dying to know. How is it even legal for Drew to have guardianship over Danny if Jason never lost his parental rights? I get that the will was written when Jason was presumed dead, but now that he's alive and has parental rights, shouldn't that cancel everything else out? I'm really looking forward to the moment when Nina finds out there was more to the story than just a kiss. It'll be like she finally gets the memo that it's not all about Jason this, Jason that. Maybe then she'll let up a little. Who knows? As for the complaints about who was or wasn't at the funeral, seriously, who cares? Anyone who wants to pay respects or show support for the family can be there. You don't have to be super close to the deceased to show up and offer condolences. And to the people whining about Laura and Diane not being there, come on. That's totally on the writers, not reality. If people like Laura Collins or Diane Miller existed in real life, there's no way they wouldn't have been at this funeral. They would have been there for all the obvious reasons, losing a daughter and supporting a friend who literally gave a piece of her body to save their child's life. But hey, who's counting logic when you've got sloppy writing to work with? For everyone complaining that Drew didn't sit with Scout, let's not forget, Jason didn't sit with Danny either. The front row at the funeral was reserved for Sam's household: Dante, Danny, Scout, and Rocco. It wasn't a VIP section for Sam's lovers, so let's just get that straight. Now, let's talk about Trina for a second. She's honestly one of the sweetest, most gentle people on this show. But the moment she stands up for herself, certain people lose their minds and accuse her of talking down to others. I'm going to keep bringing this up until people finally admit what their real problem is. Come on, folks, let's be real here. As for the whole Nina has no business at Sam's funeral drama, look, I'm not exactly a Nina fan, but even I get why she was there. Nina has relationships with Drew, Michael, and Olivia. Plus, she was briefly married to Sonny, so she was Dante's stepmom for a minute, and she bonded with Christina. She was there to support people she cares about. That's what matters, not the who's who of Sam's life. But hey, even I can't find a good reason for Nina to be at that funeral. She wasn't friends with Sam, and they didn't really have any association. She came with Drew, but they're not even married or officially a couple. So from that angle, it makes no sense. Nina and Gio shouldn't have been there at all. They should have been replaced by Diane and Laura, who, by the way, should have been there for obvious reasons. Laura did owe Sam respect after she literally saved her daughter's life, and the fact that Laura wasn't there is beyond weird. Oh, and what happened to Leo? He hasn't even been mentioned since Sam's death. Talk about a missed opportunity for a family moment. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon about enjoying the flashbacks. Honestly, they could have left out that scene of Sam getting all lovey-dovey with Sonny, her fiance's father. Just saying, but I'm kidding. For all the humorless folks out there, lighten up. Overall, great episode. I'll miss Sam McCall, especially her magical chemistry with Jason in the super couple of Jason. And let's not forget her amazing chemistry with Alexis. What a journey from bitter enemies to the best mother or daughter relationship. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.